on the new transfer regulation. So the rule states that any players under the age of 18 will not be allowed to sign. So my understanding is that will also mean for the youth academies as well, because that allows younger players to be grown. But yeah, so a lot of players that we are looking at who are coming from the youth academy who are not British will not be able to progress, which is a bit of a surprise, but that is the impact of the Brexit that has come in.
Yeah,
And
I don't think it's a surprise. If something was going to happen, and this is what's going to happen now that Brexit is, we kind of we expected something to happen, and this is what's they've come to. In a sense, I kind of agree with this because I think first and foremost, the intention of this specific rule and not something else is that more importance is given to homegrown players, more opportunities, while maintaining outside talent to come in and play with homegrown talent. So it's kind of like a mixture of both. But you've said one thing already, but let's talk about the specific rules. So one of them is um, essentially what happens when players coming from outside is they're coming here to work. You know, they're coming here to work, which means that they need a work permit. And in footballing terms, so what they've called is they would require a GBE, which stands for Governing Body Endorsement. Yeah, so governing body endorsement. So if someone wants to come from Italy, for example, or La Liga, then they would need to apply for a work permit, GBE, and that then uh, gets measured with along the points system. So they get points for. Let me read out the 3 bullet points. So points are scored for senior and talented young players based on these 3 things: senior and youth international appearances, the quality of the selling club, which would be based on the league and where they are in the league, and the table position and the progression in the continental competition, so like Europa and Champions League. And the other thing is club appearances. How many times has the player played for the club? How much game time are they getting? So club appearances based on domestic league and continental competition minutes. So all of these things will get taken into account, and then the GBE would allocate certain number of points to the player. Now there's a threshold. So if a player gets points above the threshold or meets the threshold, then straight away automatically they get the endorsement, the government body endorsement, which means basically green light. You have the work permit, come to the UK and play. But if they don't meet the threshold, if they don't get enough points, then if they're close to the threshold, if the threshold is a hit and they get close to it, then they're still considered. They will still be considered, which I think is a nice thing for them to do. But if they're like far below, they don't get enough points, they don't score enough points, then they just say no, they can't come.
yeah,
But that's
the other
essentially it.
thing is that so under 18 no one can sign, and from 18 to 21 a club would only be able to sign 3 players in January
Right.
transfer window and 6 going forward.
The
6
whole
going
season,
forward.
yeah.
Yeah, in the whole season
Yep.
after that. So,
So in the January transfer window, they can only sign, what was it, 18 to 21? So anyone in
yeah,
the age bracket of 18 to 21, any club can only sign 3 players. And in the whole season, they can only sign 6 maximum.
yeah, but that in a way is bad. I'm just looking at an example of Gerard Piqué, right? He came to UK at the age of 16. A lot of other youngsters who are coming in now are coming in from, especially from Europe, especially La Liga. A lot of players come to Premier League at from 16 to 18 to play in the youth setup. That is going to be impacted because the youth setup will not have foreign players, and that impacts England's ability to learn from the foreign players, their style of play, and how their youth academies are doing as well. So there is a downside to it, but I don't know if it applies to the youth academies as well. But that's
At the
something that
same time, you know, I agree. I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, it gives a lot more chance. It kind of forces the club's hand to look at home talent, and I'm all for that. So yeah, there's a little caveat to that, that we're not going to see a richer diversity, a variety of talent coming from outside. Yes, but at the same time, I think clubs need to pay more attention to homegrown talent. And if this law forces them to do that, then so be it. That's fine. So that's where I stand on it. But I think it's a very good idea. Um,
Yeah, I don't
I
agree
think
with
those
it.
are the major points, right?
Yeah, I don't agree with it, but yeah, these are the new rules. Only three
Let me just
players
make
will
sure.
be able to sign in January this year, and from April
Yeah,
21, and beyond
that's
that,
it.
it will only be 6 players per season from the age of
Yep.
18 to
So
21. I
they're
don't think
going
any
to
clubs exceed those criterias, but
no.
there is a rule just in case people do decide
So
to
all
leave.
of this, these are the main point, and it applies to women's football too. And so these rules are going to be implemented in the January transfer window, and they're going to be reviewed in full just before the summer 2021 transfer window as well. So basically, how it's going, what impact is it having? Um, that's that's basically it. Those are the main points. Where you stand on it, who knows? But have a look more into it, and these are the main points that are going to come into effect
Yeah,
in English football, UK football, in January, from January 2021.
let us know what you think. I'm against it. Devesh is for it. Let us know your comments
Mm.
and give us a like.